Last year, Bo Nix had the second greatest season statistically for a rookie quarterback. He threw 29 touchdowns, which was second all time for a first-year QB behind Justin Herbert. He led the Broncos to a 10-7 record and an appearance in the playoffs. And how good Bo Nix was during his rookie season with the Broncos was overshadowed because of how great Jaden Daniels was. And although Bo Nix had better numbers than Jaden Daniels, because Jaden Daniels went the furthest of the two quarterbacks in the playoffs, one game shy of the Super Bowl, Bo Nix was overshadowed in his first season. But in his second season under Sean Payton and with this Broncos team, I feel we could see him have an MVP leap this year. He has one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. You got an improved group of wide receivers. You drafted Pat Bryant. You got Evan Ingram, who's going to be filling that Joker role. The ground game should be really good as well. And Sean Payton, with him still calling the plays as one of the greatest offensive minds ever, we could see Bo Nix follow down the same path that Mahomes and Lamar did when they won MVP their second seasons in the NFL. And Bo Nix, not only could we see him take that MVP leap this year, but he possibly could have the Denver Broncos playing in the Super Bowl. The Broncos have one of the best rosters in the AFC this year. Not only are they really good on offense, but they got one of the best defenses in the NFL along with a shutdown secondary. So it would not surprise me if we saw Bo Nix have a huge year two based off what he did in his first season, because it wasn't expected for him to be as good as what he was. If anything, his rookie season was supposed to be his peak, because remember, when the Broncos made the decision to draft Bo Nix, it was met with a bunch of criticism. Remember, Sean Payton was out of touch. He made a mistake moving on from Russell Wilson and replacing him with Bo Nix, a guy who was supposed to be a check down merchant, even though Bo Nix made a lot of big throws downfield last season. And also, he was a credible athlete. You saw that on display when he was at Oregon and Auburn, and you saw a lot of glimpses of that last year. And Sean Payton had to adapt his offense around Bo Nix, which is why he kind of got out to a slow start. But once he really got rolling during the middle part of the season, he looked like a top 10 quarterback in a more athletic version of Drew Brees. And with Sean Payton now having a better understanding of what works with Bo Nix, and Bo Nix getting a better grasp of Sean Payton's offense, because this isn't the easiest offense to learn your first season in the league. You can start 10 years of college football and still struggle to learn Sean Payton's offense, because he has so much verbiage and so much that you have to understand from a pre-snap standpoint, that for Bo Nix to be as good as what he was in his rookie season really scares me as he approaches his second year. And the NFL is going to be out of luck if Bo Nix does indeed take that MVP leap, because not only does that mean that the Broncos should be a playoff lock, but they also could be good enough to knock off Kansas City, the Bills, or the Ravens if they see any of those teams in the playoffs with how well equipped this roster is to make a Super Bowl run. Bo Nix development is really the biggest thing that's going to determine how far this Broncos team can go. And I doubt that we see Bo Nix have a sophomore slump, because with the genius of Sean Payton, I trust that he's going to have Bo Nix playing at an even better level than what we saw in his first season. I feel like his rookie season is the worst that we're going to see out of him, because when he was at Oregon, he was really good taking care of the football. He threw 12 interceptions last year, and he wasn't really that good against playoff teams. Well, this year, with him being more comfortable with this team, having a better personnel around him, I think that the NFL's in a lot of trouble with Bo Nix going into his second season. It would not surprise me if we see him put up an MVP campaign and lead the Broncos to the Super Bowl. I don't think that the Super Bowl is going to come down to just the Eagles, the Rams, the Bills, Chiefs, and Ravens like how it has these last couple of years. I think there's going to be a team that enters that Super Bowl bubble that we don't really see coming, and the Broncos aren't really being talked about that much as a Super Bowl contender. They're more viewed as a dark horse Super Bowl team, but this is a team that probably should be a little bit more in the forefront of that conversation because the roster is good, the defense is fantastic, and if Bo Nix makes this possible MVP leap, there's no reason why the Broncos couldn't be playing in the Super Bowl this year.